What's up, BookTube? It's Monty. I'm back again with another Friday Reads video. Tis the season-a-thon, just a quick update. It's going okay. I've read 4 of the 5 things that I wanted to read in my TBR. So the 2 things that I finished this week that aren't going to be included in that and aren't getting a standalone review: White Negroes, When Cornrows Were in Vogue, and Other Thoughts on Cultural Appropriation by Lauren Michelle Jackson. This book is so short. It's like 170-ish pages of actual text and then like the acknowledgements and the cited sources. But it was so good. Such a good read. Even if you are like me, a black person, even if you're like me and you've read many a think piece on cultural appropriation, you've seen many a YouTube video, you've seen many a discussion, you've seen many a panel, I think that this book is still great reading. I'm very upset that this is a library copy because there were so many moments that I wanted to highlight and interact with the text that obviously I could not do because I'm not trying to buy this from the library. So at some point down the road, this will be added to my shelf. And it will be sitting over here on my favorites because I loved this book so much. 10 out of 10 is probably my favorite book of 2019. Then I picked up Sulwe by Lupita Nyong'o. This is a book that she wrote about a young, dark-skinned black girl named Sulwe who is coming to terms. Look at these end papers. These end papers are gorgeous. Coming to terms with her being dark-skinned. She's like getting bullied on the playground. And these illustrations are just... Let me get to the first one where you get her whole family. Just look at this. Look at this art. It's beautiful. It's only like 50 pages. I don't know how I feel about how the actual story played out, but I feel like the messaging in the story was A+. The art in the story... Look at these actual literal goddesses. So good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Moving on for the rest of my week in the actual Friday Reads and the Friday Reads title, the actual spirit of the video. I don't have a lot of plans. Tis the Season-a-thon is still going this weekend. And so I do want to finish The Christmas Wager that I mentioned previously by Jamie Fessenden. That's my #1 priority. So far, I'm really enjoying it. So far, it is the most plot-driven that isn't just like we're gonna build up to sex or like we're gonna build up to a relationship. So I do appreciate that in terms of my like male-male romance selections that I chose for Tis the Season-a-thon. Then I have a couple of other things that I might pick up this weekend. I don't know. First up, I have some rereads. I have My Brother's Husband Volume 2 and My Brother's Husband Volume 1. You'll know that I read these, I want to say in February, and I loved them. These are easily some of my favorite graphic works of all time. Love them to bits and pieces, and I wanted to revisit them before the year was over. So I grabbed these from the library. And then I'm currently listening to Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. So far, I'm appreciating the audiobook. So, as for the actual story, I don't like that I'm stuck with Emma Carstairs as the only perspective. I mean, the prologue was from kids, and so I have hope that Lady Midnight will be like the Mortal Instruments, like the second trilogy, where I think even... I don't think the Infernal Vices really did this to the same extent. But I liked when we were hopping around to different characters. And so I don't like that I'm stuck with Emma for so long. I feel a little cheated, might I say. But yeah, I might do some listening to this. Then I also have one more thing checked out on kind of a whim. It's called Polar Opposites. I want to say it's by Cheyenne Meadows. I was just on Instagram and I saw Ariel from She Wants Addiction posted like a synopsis of this and was like, someone should read this because it sounded kind of crazy. All I really remember is that it's about like a polar bear shifter, and I'm like, polar bears are kind of Christmassy. Cheyenne Meadows, I don't believe, is a man. I didn't do any kind of research into the author of this one like I did for the rest of my male-male romances that I was trying to read this month, but it's only 100 pages on Hoopla, so I know that's actually going to be shorter than that now, so might read some polar bear shifter fiction. If I read it, you'll hear about it. Thanks for watching this one, guys. My goal is to wrap up Tis the Season-a-thon this weekend, and then kind of look at what I've checked out, take stock, and map out the rest of my I also need to read a couple of chapters from Little Women. I can't believe I forgot this. Little Women is probably gonna get picked up. I did not do any reading from that today, so I'm a little bit behind. But I really hate that book. I do not like Little Women. Like, I thought, like, I knew going in that it was going to be, like, disjointed because just of the way that it was, in my mind, it was written to be serialized in, like, a newspaper or something. But I didn't imagine it would be this disjointed, and I'm kind of like, I feel like the adaptations have to be better because, like, it doesn't flow. It's, like, a series of, like, vignettes almost, where, like, each chapter is, like, not at all related to the previous chapter, but we'll see. I don't know. I think this is a terrible children's classic. I know that I read like a children's abridged version, and that was really good as a kid. But this unabridged version, like, this is not for children. Not that it's like difficult to read or anything, but it's just like I don't know. So also Little Women. That's what I planned for this weekend. I'll see you guys again here on Monday when I wrap up for 'Tis the Season-a-thon. Then I have a review video that I've already filmed for Magda's Chase, The Gods of Asgard, The Sword of Summer. That's hopefully going to go up on Wednesday. I'll see you guys when I see you, but until then, bye.